Borthakur IAS Academy, an endeavor of excellence.
Borthakur IAS Academy.
Hello everyone, welcome to Borthakur's IAS Academy, Northeast's premier institute for UPSC, APSC and NPSC preparations. I am your friend Atreyi, and today I am here with another segment of Current Affairs 365 dated 9th of July 2021. This is your one-stop solution for any news and updates which will help you prepare for your civil services examination, and along with that it is going to be useful for any other Assam state government services. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram. So the first news of today is about phase 2 of the India's COVID-19 emergency response package. Recently, the Union Cabinet has approved a package worth Rs 23,123 crore in order to boost emergency response and healthcare systems. First of all, let us brush up the phase 1 of this package. Last year in March, when country faced the first wave of COVID-19 pandemic, our central sector scheme of Rs 15,000 crore was announced for India COVID-19 emergency response and health systems preparedness package. This package aimed at providing a critical impetus to the efforts of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the states and union territories. It also tried to catalyze the health system activities for pandemic management. Since February 2021, the country is experiencing a second wave which has spread into the rural, peri-urban as well as tribal areas. So keeping that in mind, and also because of this apprehension about a third wave of COVID-19 which is going to affect children more than before, the central government has come up with the second phase of this particular package, and it has central sector as well as centrally sponsored schemes components. The union government, they fully fund the central sector schemes, whereas the centrally sponsored schemes are jointly funded by the center as well as state. And this has been implemented from 1st of July 2021, and it's going to last till 31st of May 2022. So this particular package, it includes funding for pediatric units in all 736 districts and setting up of 20,000 ICU beds. 20% of this would be hybrid in nature, that is, they will be suitable for both adult as well as children. This package is aimed at preventing the problems which are observed during the second wave, like lack of transport facilities for oxygen, then shortage of medicines, etc. from happening again. The center would also provide support to its hospitals, AIIMS and other institutes of national importance for repurposing beds for COVID-19 management. And this package would also provide for the expansion of the national telemedicine platform, which is 𝐸-Sanjeevani. And it will do so by increasing the daily consultations from 50,000 at present to around 5 lakh. The second news is related to implementation of the SPARSH scheme by Ministry of Defence. SPARSH stands for System for Pension Administration Raksha. It is an integrated system for automation of sanction and disbursement of defence pension. And a pensioner portal will be available for the pensioners to view any issues related to pension, any information related to their pension, then get access towards services and register complaints if any. The SPARSH envisages establishment of service centers to provide last mile connectivity to the pensioners who may be unable to directly access the portal. And the two largest banks dealing with defence pensioners are the State Bank of India and the Punjab National Bank. They have been co-opted as service centers. Other initiatives that are related to defence pensions include the OROP scheme, that is One Rank, One Pension scheme. Here it provides the payment of the same pension to military officers for the same rank for same length of service irrespective of the date of retirement. Then thirdly, we will discuss about all those hazardous chemicals and toxic elements that are responsible for increase in number of deaths in the recent years. As per the latest estimates of the World Health Organization, deaths due to the exposure of hazardous chemicals worldwide rose to 29% in 2019 from what they were in the year 2016. Okay. So this news is important because it is related to environment and biodiversity, and also in many Assam state government services we have seen that some questions related to science and tech, they come, right, and biology part is included. So this type of hazardous chemicals, the names are asked, and also some diseases that are related to these chemicals. I mean, those diseases which might occur when human beings are exposed to such chemicals can also be asked. So that's why I have shared this particular news. So you can note down some of the toxic elements which I mentioned in this particular news, okay, in particular slide, and along with that the possible problems or the possible health issues that humans might face. So the estimates were released by the World Health Organization's Director General during the ministerial dialogue held at Berlin Forum on Chemicals and Sustainability, Ambition and Action towards the year 2030. So on this particular forum, it was this estimate of increase in the number of deaths, it was shared by the Director General of World Health Organization. First of all, what are hazardous chemicals? Any hazardous substance is a chemical that has properties with the potential to do harm to human or animal health, and along with that it is also harmful for the environment and capable of damaging property. These are frequently used in the workplace as raw materials, solvents, cleaning agents, catalysts, and also for another several functions, other several reasons. And these chemicals, they are normally classified as per the risk that they pose to health and property. Hazardous chemicals can be characterized as flammable or explosives, for example petroleum, plastic explosives, etc. Then they can also be corrosive in nature, which might irritate your skin, lungs and eyes. They can be acids, alkalis, paints, fumes that arises from these acids and alkalis, etc. And thirdly, the toxic chemicals like heavy metals, cyanides, hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, etc. So these are the main categories of hazardous chemicals, and they can be present in the air, water or soil, and also in consumer products. So these can cause several diseases including behavioral, neurological disorders, cataracts, asthma, etc., and also cardiovascular diseases, right? So first of all, let us see some of the chemicals that causes most deaths, that has been responsible for most of the deaths in the recent time. First is the lead poisoning. Okay, it was responsible for more than like half of deaths in 2019, and lead exposure, it mainly causes chronic kidney diseases and cardiovascular diseases. It is mainly added to paints for various reasons, like it enhances the color, it reduces the time of drying time, it decreases the drying time, and also reduces corrosion. And just 41% of the countries, including India, they have legally binding controls on the production, import, sale and use of lead paints. Otherwise, in other countries, it is freely used, and this is one of the major hazardous chemical. And in 2020, UNICEF also raised concern on the impact of lead pollution on the health of children. Then second, we have the particulates and carcinogens. Chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases from occupational exposures to particulates and carcinogens are very common. Okay, cancers from occupational exposure to carcinogens also accounted for a substantial share of the preventable deaths. Now these particulates includes dust, fumes and gases, and carcinogens are of various types, most common being arsenic, benzene, etc. Another point which is related to this, which can be like included in this particular news, is the disability adjusted life years. It is the sum of the number of years of life lost due to premature death and a weighted measure of the years lived with disability due to a disease or injury. And this disability adjusted life years is used to track disease burden which is recommended by India's National Health Policy of 2017. And there has been a 56% increase in disability adjusted life years lost due to exposure of lead since 2016. Now let us see what are the steps that has been taken globally as well as nationally in order to prevent the use of such hazardous chemicals and also to prevent the exposure towards this harmful toxic elements. There are many international chemical conventions that are restricting and banning the production, use and trade of certain hazardous chemicals. Okay, one such is the Stockholm Convention on POPs, that is persistent organic pollutants, in order to protect human health and environment from harmful effects of toxic chemicals. India has also ratified to this convention. Then we have the Chemical Weapons Convention, which is an arms control treaty that prohibits the development, production, acquisition or stockpiling of chemical weapons by the state parties. India is a signatory and party to this convention as well. And thirdly, we can talk about the Minamata Convention on Mercury, which is a global treaty to protect human health and the environment from adverse effects of mercury as well as its compounds. More than 140 countries, including India, have ratified to this convention. So these are some of the initiatives that have been taken in order to stop the use of hazardous chemicals or any toxic elements. There is also a need for a comprehensive law in the countries in order to regulate the use of such chemicals in case of production and safety. And in this context, India must also take a note, as the country's national chemical policy has been pending since the year 2012. And we must take extreme cautions while handling, storing, transporting and using any hazardous chemicals. The users, they need to wear protective clothing and take personal protective equipments to protect themselves from those toxic elements. The next news is related to the reallocation of the Department of Public Enterprises to the Finance Ministry from the Ministry of Heavy Industries. This department is the nodal department for all the central public sector services, that is CPSCs, and it also formulates the policy pertaining to the CPSCs. It is responsible for the policy guidelines on particular performance improvement and evaluation, then autonomy and financial delegation and personal management of the CPSCs. This department collects and maintains the information in the form of a public enterprises survey on several areas in respect to these central public sector enterprises. And the shift of the Department of Public Enterprises to the Financial Ministry, it is going to help in efficient monitoring of the capital expenditure. Then it will help in asset monetization and as well as financial health of the CPSCs. The major functions of this department includes coordination of matters of general policy affecting all the public sector enterprises, then restructuring or closure of the PSCs including their mechanisms. It also provides counseling, training and rehabilitation of the employees under voluntary retirement scheme, and along with that it provides categorization of the CPSCs including conferring Ratna status among others. The CPSCs are classified into three categories coming to the Ratna status. They are Maharatna, Navaratna and the Mini Ratna. Presently there are 10 Maharatna, 14 Navaratna and 74 Mini Ratna CPSCs. So this was all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all will like it. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you all again tomorrow with another session of Current Affairs 365 only on Borthakur's IAS Academy, Northeast's premier institute for UPSC, APSC and NPSC preparations. Till then, take good care of yourself. Keep learning. Bye-bye.
Borthakur IAS Academy. প্ৰস্তুতি আৰু অধ্যয়নৰ নিৰ্ভৰযোগ্য ঠিকনা।
Borthakur IAS